Well, Mr. Beast is in some hot water when one of his employees and friends may or may not have been texting somebody underage. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol. And yes, if you had not heard, Kris Tyson from Mr. Beast is being accused of talking to minors. This coming from Drama Alert. And, let's be real. Who didn't see this coming? I'm just saying that there is a particular narrative that seems to go around when it comes to individuals of this community. We're pretty early on in the video, so I'm going to choose my words carefully before we start going whole hog. Before we get into this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I bring you nerdy news every day, and you might be asking yourselves, yo, Leon, what is so nerdy about this? Really? Nothing. However, I'm a culture war channel. You know, I talk about what's going on in culture and how politics is downstream from culture, and this is a particularly divisive, topical, political, and cultural issue. Needless to say, everyone's gonna be talking about it, and your boy ain't no different. That being said, there's some interesting conspiracy theories about YouTube trying to remove videos talking about it. You're getting the individuals outright canceled for it, silencing the topic, so we'll find out if that's true when we see how this video performs. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button like I said. And from Drama Alert, 2 videos over the last 30 days outline an alleged sexually inappropriate relationship with a minor that started with a minor at age 13 with plans to meet up with that same minor at age 16. Now, last I checked, we had a pretty similar, albeit definitely not the same situation, just not even a month ago with, what was his name? You know, only one of the biggest streamers, in the history of streaming, had a mullet and sunglasses. Dr. Disrespect. That's right, Dr. Disrespect. Now, everyone jumped on the let's hate on Dr. Disrespect train before any sort of evidence came out. In fact, we still to this day have really seen no evidence. We've got a semi-admission from Dr. Disrespect, but we haven't seen the messages, haven't seen really any sort of confirmation. The individual was allegedly 17. Now we're talking about someone who was allegedly 13 with plans to meet up at 16. And YouTube's potentially censoring it. The internet has gone dark and quiet. And I'm just curious, we gonna get that same energy for Kris Tyson? I'm sorry, Ava Tyson. No. We gonna get that same energy for Kris Tyson because so many individuals, especially individuals of power, especially platforms like Twitch, YouTube, even X, were so quick to demonize and demonetize. It's pretty interesting how it seems like it's playing out a bit differently behind the scenes when it's a member, whether it's a member of the LGBTQ community or when it's a member of, Mr. Beast's team. Mr. Beast, arguably the largest cash cow on any social media-based platform, whether it be YouTube, X, again, whatever it may be. Kris Tyson, who now goes by Ava, has yet to respond to these allegations. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the video. Again, I'm sure you guys have heard it. I'm more interested in whether or not YouTube is covering up, because that's a much bigger problem if it is. Not that texting an underage minor, that's a pretty big problem as well. But the powers that be potentially censoring it, I would wager is even worse. But there might be some people not familiar with the situation. So let's watch this so you have a full understanding of the accusations.
This ain't true. And this screenshot is Kris Tyson talking one-on-one with him. And at this point, he would have been 16. And here we go. Here is the picture of them meeting up together. I'm gonna censor his face. And as you can see right there's Carl right there. There's Kris Tyson right there. Kris Tyson was talking to this guy since he was 13. Kris Tyson was in college.
I'm gonna say right now, this video's crap. Homie. You're filming outside. I can hear the birds. I can hear the wind. You guys know I usually stream and do videos with a bird on my shoulder. He's asleep right now. It's pretty late at night. Homie, come on. You gotta know how to do this stuff if you're gonna make some serious allegations like this.
And of course, the moment he was able to drive, he takes a camper van out in the middle of the woods, which, by the way, very secluded area. Let me talk about that. Anytime that someone is taking a camper van somewhere, bringing it out in the desert or the middle of the woods, it's very unnecessary because there's RV parks, there's the Walmart parking lot, there's plenty of areas you can go instead of going to a place that's very unfamiliar to you to camp out there, especially in
I am going to push back on this a little bit. In all fairness and giving benefit of the doubt, look, a lot of individuals, they be urban explorers, they be rural explorers, they just want some sort of sense of adventure. Look, I have absolutely just packed up, driven somewhere, and settled down to go camping for a weekend with no concept of where I was, because that's the spirit of adventure. It's a very masculine thing to do. So I do not like that he's making the implication that, oh, it's really suspicious because, you know, who goes to take a camper to the middle of nowhere? A lot of people. That's why campers exist, honestly. So this is actually a very weak argument, just throwing that out there. Again, I got my thoughts on what's going on with this Kris Tyson situation, and spoiler alert, I do believe it is incredibly shady that Kris Tyson has done some not so good things, but the argument that this dude is making, I think, is a terrible argument that does not help the case.
In a secluded area. So the real question is, if he was talking to Kris Tyson, who is interested in both men and women, since he was 13 years old and Kris Tyson was in college, why did he take a camper van out to see him and take it out in the middle of the woods in this secluded area? And then he met up with him like 2 days later, like the picture was posted. Now,
here's the dealio. Again, that video, it just sort of gives us the rundown, but it's not a lot of really good information to go on. Like I said, it's speculative at best, and he also applies a lot of incorrect information. That being said, this is suspicious. From Keemstar, Kris Tyson from mrbeast deletes all tweets. Now, there has been speculation for a long time that mrbeast and co. aren't exactly comfortable with Kris now that he's made his little transition, and that really they're keeping him on because, well, they're afraid of the cancellation, they're afraid of the cancel mob. There's been some very, let's just say, awkward videos with him and the team ever since he decided to cosplay as a woman. But at the end of the day, deleting all your tweets after these accusations come out, never, and I mean never, a good look. Look, I've tweeted some really, really shady stuff. All of them as jokes. I'm sure some of those will come back to bite me at the end of the day, but I'm never going to delete anything because I will die on the hill that they were jokes. Grow a damn spine. When you start deleting everything, that is practically an admission of guilt. But then we got my boy Hypno. Now, Hypnotic runs one of the most successful streams on YouTube. Hypno is easily always in the top 10, if not top 5, most donated to and super chatted streams every night. Hypnocast is a smashing, amazing success. My brother is killing it, and I am proud of him. Happy 50,000 subs, by the way, man. But something weird happened with this stream last night. Share this out. Team YouTube, hi YouTube, is currently trying to censor the discussion surrounding mrbeast and his trans employee Kris Tyson. YouTube removed my stream after it went off air and claimed it was in violation of cyber harassment and bullying. Apparently it is bullying to talk negatively about the trans community. And we're not even talking negatively about the trans community, by the way. I mean, sometimes we are, and we're getting a kick out of it. We're talking about an individual, trans or not, who at the time, by the way, was not trans, who may or may not have been explicitly texting a minor, or even not explicitly, just in general texting a minor, which is very strange. And last I checked, it is not cyberbullying or any sort of harassment to ask questions, to be speculative, to talk. No. mrbeast is part of the YouTube upper echelon. He is the biggest cash cow on the platform, and we're talking about his trans friend and employee. Oh, this ain't gonna go over good with them YouTube overlords who absolutely want to bow and kowtow to a political ideology and agenda and do not want to lose out on those sweet, sweet millies that homie be bringing in with every single video drop. It's a rock and a hard place, and in the middle of it, you got us, the content creators, trying to bring the news to you, the viewers, who want to know, what's going on with this supposedly wholesome, fun family content? Why is YouTube silencing this topic in conversation? I will let you guys decide on that. Ultimately, this only ever happens when the discussion involves a trans person, which that is 100% correct. I wouldn't say 100% correct. We've seen videos get removed and deleted for other things. However, as of the recent sort of biases when it comes to what's going on in the culture war, yeah, it happens a lot when it has to do with the trans community. I've spoken about so many people, so many allegations, so many different topics, but the ones that get removed only ever involve trans people. It's not like they remove my discussion of Dr. Disrespect. Well, look at that. Hypno bringing up the same thing I did, Dr. Disrespect, because it is remarkable how similar yet different these situations are. It's not like they removed my discussion of Destiny. Destiny said some abhorrent things, and frankly, I'm glad discussions about Destiny have not been removed, because again, that is the glory and beauty of freedom of speech, even when it comes to discussing abhorrent ideas. But if you're not going to remove conversation about Destiny or Dr. Disrespect, then why Kris Tyson? It can only be one of two things, if not both. Again, mrbeast being your numero uno creator on the platform, so he's protected on account of how much money he brings into you, or Kris Tyson being protected because of his acceptance into the trans community. Or it could be both of those things. I mean, let's be real, it probably is both of those things. But we're not blind, we're not dumb, we see through this. And I'm curious, what's going to happen to this video? Is this video going to get taken down? Is this video going to get demonetized? Is this video not going to get shared out? Am I going to make 3 videos a day and really only 2 of them get any sort of traction and this one get 53 views because YouTube was trying to put the kibosh on this story? It is definitely fair to wonder when all the questions we're asking, when everything we're positing are very fair questions to ask. But that's going too far. Got to delete. Pictures for reference. Remember who the most protected in the community are, because it's always the ones you can't talk about. There may be an issue with your content. This is after Hypno did his stream. Take a look at your content, keeping policies in mind. Look at that. Hypnotic, one of the most super chatted, consistently in the top 10 to not top 5 most super chatted on the entire platform, which is amazing. He regularly beats out far bigger YouTubers because he has that dedicated of an audience. Bigot Army rise up. And they're censoring his speech because it goes against the accepted narrative. It makes me think that maybe YouTube don't care about the money so much as they do the trans community. That might be the answer to the question. It really is telling. But I'm going to leave this one up to you guys because we all know where I stand. Let's be real. Kris, he a dude. He'll never be a chick. He's cosplaying as a chick. It's pretty sad that he has abandoned his child. And by abandoning his child, you of course hear the narrative, oh, well, he's still around for his kid's life. Yeah. As a wannabe woman when children need fathers in their lives. And that's not misogynistic. That is just factually accurate to the biological compositions of humans. No, homie abandoned a child, wants to pretend he's something he's not, has put the most famous and most well-off and money-making content creator on the platform in some sort of, again, rock and hard place scenario, because you can't fire him because, hey, that's going to be awful for mrbeast brand. But also, you can see the tension on air when they do streams and videos together because, let's be real, it's pretty damn weird to want to cut your cock off and say that you're a chick after years of being a dude. And then Hypno brings up one more pretty interesting point that I'll just go ahead and reiterate here. Conspiracy theory on his part that, maybe Kris decided to trans himself because he knew this information was about to come out, knew it was about to drop, and it's very easy to get away with whatever you want when you are part of the LGBT community, specifically that T portion. This very well could just be a power play to be like, I've trans myself, you can't touch me. Now, I don't know if it's going that far, but again, it's worth questioning because that's what we do in this country. We question things and try and get down to the nitty-gritty and find the actual truth. Maybe I'm wrong about literally everything in this video and none of this happened and it's all a smear hit job. Hey, that's possible as well. Occam's razor, it's probably not the case, but it's possible. So I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Definitely not always about Kris Tyson, mrbeast, or any sort of YouTube drama, but usually anime anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get in touch with over 80 other vital idols. It is a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. So if that's interesting to you, hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.